show us a true
Hold on.
legend match. This is the battle for YMIR
Wow.
World Championship Season 2,
WC
and we are gonna go head over to our casters, G Clef and Wolf, for the final showdown.
Next fella, we're back with the
ผมลองเติมก่อน
legend
เติมได้ผมไม่รู้
match.
มันหลอก
We're
ก่อน
calling it an event match, but this
อุ้ย
is
เชี่ย
a
ได้
lot
ว่ะ
more
เดี๋ยวผมส่งให้ในไลน์
of
นั่น
pride on the line, Wolf. The winner, of course, it's all
ของ
about
จริง
the
พี่ผมรู้ว่า
server.
มัน
So
พิมพ์หลอก
champions
กัน
versus the
น่า
Korea
ดี
server. Man, it's gonna be a spicy works and lets things to organize because they've done it a couple of times already on stage. Against them, I'm pretty sure the Korean players has also have a few strategies in their store.
Yeah, this is Gyurjum Chokin, the man on the left there.
Sison on the left.
Yeah, and then Hojing on the right.
It's from the Tiger servers, I believe. There's a whole lot of Tigers from the Tiger clan, excuse me, Tiger clan mates on the right, I believe.
Yeah, so the clans here represent different regions. So Seoul, Samgadong, and Asan are the three that are represented here in the Team Korea or Korean server lineup. So bring three different clans. You've seen most of our Asian teams, in fact all our Asian teams doing that this tournament.
Yeah, the Tiger clan is literally called Tiger class. So those members, one of the representatives coming from each clan. I like it. Let's see what they can actually show. Very powerful clans overall. All from Team Server Korea, as you can see.
We are getting ready, G Club, to jump into this one in just a moment. And there's a lot of points on the line, a lot of rewards on the line for everybody watching. So definitely a tense battle here. And now it's time to show if you were the best of the best. Not you won the YMIR Cup, but can you beat Korea? That is the question.
There's a lot of pride for each respective server, not just the Korean server, also King server. Since especially they were just crowned as a champion. If they go down to the event match, oh man, that's going to lead overall. It's going to be history until the next season.
Yeah, that absolutely hurts. I mean, this is always how it is with games like Legend of YMIR, where you've already gotten on top of your server, right? You've built your clan is massive, your clan gets coordinated with other clans, like, this is our team, we're going to go through these qualifiers, this is our server, we pick the best of the best of our server. You know who the best of your server is, right? Everyone knows that. They're like, okay, how does our server compete against the other server? Before you compete, crash talks, well, that server's not that strong, we're actually better than them, right?
There's a lot of chat going on for the actual battle.
There's a lot of YouTube, beef, there's all sorts of stuff going on, right? And then you get here, right? You get to prove it. And everyone here was very respectful, of course, in our top four. But you get to prove that you're the best. As we saw Chabi Boom say earlier, the King server are the kings. But they have to prove themselves here. They got to defend the throne a little bit against the Korean server, who also probably feel like their server is the best server.
Yeah, before we actually go deep and have some clashing, if you make any mistakes, lose like 2 lives to begin with. We saw some players actually rotating a little too far low in a like 2-3-man army party, and then they would instantly drop within the first 6-7 minutes, and that was that just did not look too good for the server at all. They lose that much power for the rest of the game, for the entire hour after that. So life system can be a little challenging here.
Now with these evened up combat powers, even a player who's not necessarily a carry, not necessarily a top player, actually has a larger impact. So team coordination, I think, is going to be of the most importance. Like you said, moving together, making strong, decisive calls, not only within your party, but the larger clan as a whole. Maintaining that communication that they've said that a lot of these clans have said they communicate through Discord, right? But whatever service they're using to communicate with each other, everyone's going to have to be listening to the leaders, following those orders, and they have to trust that leadership, and the leadership needs to be solid because we're on just dead even footing. So one mistake can make a match like this snowball so quickly out of control when everyone's at the exact same power level.
Yeah, because we have so many players, many different clans, usually there's one big commander for the entire server, and then the party leaders, and then the clan leaders. So usually the commander would send a message to the clan leader, and then it goes through the party. It branches out like that, and then if that takes a long time, if it takes more than like 3, 4, 5 seconds, that they might react, and they can be chased because it is a huge battle with a lot of people. So those command systems has to be precise in terms of communication, and sometimes you get those weird messages in the middle. The messages can be transferred in a wrong way or with a wrong number. Let's say I toss to you, okay, we're going to base 2, and then the next message says, oh, we're going to base 1. Then there's a problem. Then there's a huge problem and a clumped up spots that you will have in the battleground. Then there's an issue.
And you have to have a game plan for what happens at spawn based on each and every spawn location that you have, plus the scouts that you send to see the enemy spawn location, because that's also unknown. And if you don't have a plan coming into a match like this, it can create a lot of tension, right? So I think that's an edge that the Korea server definitely has, because they've been able to watch how Kings have played throughout this tournament, and they've been preparing for this matchup only specifically, whereas Kings just won, took a short break, and they have 250 people to manage to come into the server battle for the final and build a strategy without knowing what Korea has been playing like. Strategy-wise, it could be a problem. What they used so far was so clean.
So it's really hard to really predict what's going to happen, but with the matching power, I think the better idea to actually move is to move together like as a dot. Like you force all the power together. Of course, if you do it too much, you might get hit by those big AoEs easily, but still, I think it's better to collect all of your parts together and send those small parties together information, not that many people. But mainly focus on like small dot, move together towards the center, and not work on too many different things at the same time. Choose like 1, 2, 3 different goals, not like 5 or 6 at a time. I think those will actually gain you a lot of benefits.
I think getting control of those towers of occupying is going to be of the most importance in the early game.
Alright, ready to jump into the legend match of YMIR Cup Season 2? Let's go to the battlefield. See what are the starting points?
Right there,
right there, near the choke point, on the way.
Crazy that one of those Raspberry Life is so centrally located right now. Will be found pretty quickly, you have to imagine. Do not yet have the spawns in, so this may be a little bit of a delay that we have. Just giving you guys the update, as you can see the players on your screen just yet.
Yeah, you see those are the choke points that you see. There are some couple of hills.
Yeah, that's where funneling through can be quite tricky, and then obviously in the zone where the Tower of Victory is, every entrance is a very narrow, thin choke point, which means that even if you are, for example, if you're the team that has less members surviving or less members in the area, if you can control that choke point, you can basically fight on even footing, because so few members can actually come in and attack you at the same time, so you can equalize. But getting that control itself is often very difficult. Usually the team that has more members has control, right? That's why they have more members, but there are maneuvers you can make to try to disrupt the advantages that the enemy team does have.
Yeah, it's been some time that Korea server was able to fight against the global player, and so we'll see what type, where they want to actually focus when they make these rotations and which bases they want to catch first. 4, 5, 6, I always have the point because I do see a lot of our players from all over the world focusing heavily on the center. If they think they have less of a power, then they will focus on the smaller sides like 10, 11, or like 8 and 9, depending on where the starting point of the spawn is. Take those early bases first, gather those early buff, the base buff, level up at least 2, and then go towards the center.
Well, I thought what was interesting was that Kings were willing to drop their Tower of Occupying to win the fight. They were like, okay, I see you're coming for a contest, we're going to have the best fight possible. No matter what, win the numbers game. They had such good information conveyed with their scouts about where chess was moving. They were saying, alright, Tower Occupying almost done. Well, let's look for this fight here. Ruin their approach. When they got there for the fight, they got completely ruined. And then the Tower Occupying was taken afterwards, and then the next Tower Occupying was taken. And they were taking the third one while they were also taking the Tower Victory and chasing strategies, but they played so well. They clearly... No, I don't even call it a strategy. They adapted to the situation incredibly quickly. And that's what's so scary about Kings and why they just lifted the trophy moments ago.
Yeah, they certainly had the power advantage when they were fighting against the Tower Occupying easily around the boss space. They chose 2 first, which was very lucky. Ended up being the last crown touchdown point. Because I think they wanted to get the central point controlled and then decide later, because at first you don't know exactly where the starting point of the opponent is, as you mentioned. So and then you go immediately in the battlefield and then you find it out very soon. So before that, you go with a plan A. Okay, let's go to the center, try to see if there's any opponent, and then if there are lots of contests, then we go back to the boss phase, which favors us a little more. I think those were going to be like the plan A, B that you have at the beginning of the battlefield phase. We also thought we were going into the game, but it seems like the battlefield is not completely open yet. So we have to wait for the opening time.
Yeah, it's just going to take a little bit longer, guys. Thank you so much for your patience.
Subscribe.
Yes.
This is the perfect opportunity.
I mentioned
Use
yes,
that word.
you know, obviously everyone who's played in, you know, Legend of YMIR understands that it takes a long time to get everyone in when something like this happens. So again, we do appreciate your patience. We're getting closer to that 90,000 YouTube subscriber YMIR global goal. So the YouTube we're talking about is the one that you're watching right now. If you're watching a co-streamer, for example, you might not necessarily be on this YouTube right now, but you can go to YMIR Global and press that subscribe button, and it really obviously helps us a lot, helps, you know, further these events.
It helps all the
players
players
to
see
yeah.
these big rewards, not just the coupons. We're going to be getting extra every single big milestone on the subscriber count. So make sure to come to the official channel and also subscribe not only the influencers that we have that's covering the championship as well as the official. Make sure to come and subscribe to both. Why not? I think it's a good chance. And maybe towards the end, we can have some more coupons.
Yes,
There's so much chance. I will do the best.
We do like to give coupons away to people who watch the YMIR Cup. That's what we do. You're watching the YMIR Cup, we like to give you a coupon, you know?
For sure.
We do it, we like to give you a
I know there's another segment with Bella at the end, so maybe there's a good
Bella's
chance.
never going away. She'll be right back.
Yes.
She's always waiting to come and give you guys more information, more coupons, break down the tournament, interview the players. You can bet there's going to be an interview after this one, G-Club.
Very, very likely. Whether we have Team Korea server or King server winning again, I think it's actually a good idea to actually hear from both sides, maybe only the winner, depending on how long this match would actually go. So they do have the updates as, okay, it seems like we need some more time to actually bring everyone to the battlefield from the spawn. So it'll take a couple more minutes at least to actually get the match started. But everyone is actually waiting for the system to just be in the perfect setting to get into the battlefield and start the match. But it will take a couple of minutes.
Yeah, we have players from all over Asia joining all at the same time. You know, nearly 500 all coming in all at once, so it just takes some time. So thanks for your patience.
Yeah, we're having more and more numbers. I believe we're having at least 200 more from both sides. So we're trying to match the numbers and also the power level of both. We want to make it some more technical difficulties.
The most balanced match that you could ask for. Obviously, the Korean server's been around for quite some time.
Yeah, so Wolf, like, because of that, like, which one would you focus more? Would you like to pinpoint on the ones going like scouting members that are alone, like 1, 2, 3 member party, or would you like to have a bigger like a war line clashing instead of focus on that?
So for me, if I were okay, let's say I'm not an Apex player, right? I'm like the top tier of them. I'm quite strong, and I'm playing Archer, for example. I think what I would like to do, like my role, I would enjoy, especially because of how this game works right now. I'd be like, I want to be the guy who's on the edge. I'm just constantly scouting, but because a lot of the time you send weaker scouts, because I'm a stronger one, I could take out 4 scouts, for example, by myself with no issue. I would love to take that role, run around the map, and just constantly delivering information and punishing people who took the risky scout group. Now, I might get punished if there's a scout group of like a full party of 8 people, for example. So that'd be something I really personally enjoy if I were a player in this match.
It's really rough. Matching numbers, you do need a lot of berserkers in front to actually reduce the damage taken, so you can get a lot more shots in you. So you will, I guess, buy more time for the entire team. The back line of archers to do damage, because we're thinking if it's like even footing, same power level, then the archers, it's better to have a lot of archers, but I think it's about reducing the damage coming in to your, not just to yourself, your front line, which Rune Fighters can do a little bit, but Berserker is actually going to do a lot more.
I remember Berserker actually just
their buffs that they have.
Yeah, they just end up being a lot tankier. So Rune Fighter is for when you have a setup moment, which requires usually a Berserker and a lot
get
of
those
backup.
rune energy, get a lot of knocks, but Berserkers, they can also taunt, take a lot less damage. Also, some CCs, some of those big skills can also land.
Berserker's important for controlling the choke point, peeling for the crown carrier, although unfortunately so far in Emir Cup Season 2 we have not had a real battle for the crown. We had a lot in Season 1. That happened a lot.
Oh yeah,
Season 2 hasn't been so much.
And some taunt, it's a small AoE, but some stuns as well in the front. I wish to see like one-on-one Berserker fight carry on, but it's a hard thing to do in this big battlefield.
Yeah, it's a team game, you know. I think that because of the power level being even, archers who are already the bread and butter most important class in Legend of Ymir right now will have an even bigger role to play, because when you are both, if you've followed other games where you have, ranged characters attacking each other, Legend of Ymir is the same, but often it's about the power level, right? Which archers are stronger.
Oh yeah.
But if they're the same, the only difference maker is how many you have. Having 20 extra ones can turn a fight so quickly, and then it starts to snowball. And then you've got to realize you're losing the fight. You've got to know when to fight. Having the control of chokes can give you a concave, right? So if you have the outward concave, that means more of your archers are firing than the enemy archers. So if they're trying to go into a choke point, only, let's say, if you have a concave of 10 archers and then there's 20 archers on the other side, but only 3 can fire, you win that fight, even if they have more archers than you, because you only have 3 firing. So like that kind of stuff will matter a lot in this match, I think.
Yeah, so we do have a slight issue with everyone bringing everyone into the battlefield, and that issue needs to be resolved, and we need some more time, it seems like. So before we go into the battlefield, we are going to be taking a small break, and when we fix the issue with everyone joining into the battlefield, we're 100% ready. When that's the case, we will come back real soon. But before that, we're going to be taking a small break. So do not go anywhere. Stay in chat. We will see you right there. So just a couple of minutes. We'll see you right there.
The battle for the throne, Emir Cup, reignited. Welcome to the battlefield where every server's top clans wage their fiercest war. The regional qualifiers in each division determine the winning server. From that server, only its top 5 clans can compete in the Emir Cup World Championship. Up to 500 players can enter, regardless of server. When the match begins for your server, the Ymir Cup icon lights up on the right of your minimap. Press it to enter the battlefield. To begin, you're randomly placed at one of 6 starting points. battle for the throne, YMIR Cup, reignited. Welcome to the battlefield where every server's top clans wage their fiercest war. The regional qualifiers in each division determine the winning server. From that server, only its top 5 clans can compete in the YMIR Cup World Championship. Up to 500 players can enter, regardless of server. When the match begins for your server, the YMIR Cup icon lights up on the right of your minimap. Press it to enter the battlefield. To begin, you're randomly placed at one of 6 starting points. When defeated, you can resurrect at one of these points and rejoin the battle, though the starting points themselves keep changing. Early in the battle, securing bases is key. Capturing a base earns points and various buffs, and lets you teleport straight to it to gain the upper hand. And the more bases you hold, the stronger those buffs become. Bases come in 2 types, normal and boss. Normal bases can be captured by interacting with the occupying stone. For boss bases, first destroy the Tower of Occupying at the entrance, then interact with the occupying stone to capture it. Normal bases can be recaptured freely, but boss bases, once captured, can never be recaptured, so be strategic about your captures. If you couldn't secure a boss base, try a different strategy. Capture normal bases for buffs or recapture enemy bases to weaken their forces. Which bases to target, how to play it out. The tide of battle is yours to turn. If you are defeated in battle, you can resurrect and rejoin the fight, but you can only resurrect up to 3 times. So watch the battlefield and tread carefully. Luckily, 2 types of braziers appear randomly across the map. Pick one up to restore resurrection counts for your clan or your server. If casualties pile up on your server, use braziers strategically to keep the fight going. Once you've secured enough bases, the endgame begins, the fight for the Tower of Victory. Destroying the Tower of Victory earns points and brings out the crown, the key to victory or defeat. Once the crown appears, bases can no longer be captured, so timing the tower's destruction is crucial. From here, all forces converge on the final battle for the crown. To win, you must claim the crown and carry it to the target zone. The moment the crown is taken, the crown holder bears the weight of the crown, and victory now rests on the whole server, working as one. Server members must protect the crown holder and rally together to reach the target zone. The target zone forms at one of the 3 boss bases, and you can check it on the minimap. If the crown holder is defeated while on the move, the crown drops where they fell. And if a player from the enemy server grabs the dropped crown, the target zone changes. A crown touchdown is worth the most points in the YMIR Cup, so the outcome stays uncertain until the final moments. Whichever server lands the crown touchdown can swing the entire match. The final clash over the crown, where a single choice decides the winner. If time runs out in a close match with no crown touchdown, the outcome is decided by the points earned during the match. Points can be earned by destroying the Tower of Victory and Towers of Occupying, as well as capturing bases, defeating players, holding the crown, and landing crown touchdowns, as shown in the scoring table. If the final scores are tied, the tiebreaker rules decide which server wins. The stage is set. Glory awaits the victor alone. Stake the honor of your server and march toward final victory. And in that moment of glory, who will claim the crown of victory? See it all unfold in the YMIR Cup World Championship Season 2. The battle for the throne, YMIR Cup, reignited. for the throne. YMIR Cup reignited. Welcome to the battlefield where every server's top clans wage their fiercest war. The regional qualifiers in each division determine the winning server. From that server, only its top 5 clans can compete in the YMIR Cup World Championship. Up to 500 players can enter, regardless of server. When the match begins for your server, the YMIR Cup icon lights up on the right of your minimap. Press it to enter the battlefield. To begin, you're randomly placed at one of 6 starting points. When defeated, you can resurrect at one of these points and rejoin the battle, though the starting points themselves keep changing. Early in the battle, securing bases is key. Capturing a base earns points and various buffs, and lets you teleport straight to it to gain the upper hand. And the more bases you hold, the stronger those buffs become. Bases come in 2 types, normal and boss. Normal bases can be captured by interacting with the occupying stone. For boss bases, first destroy the Tower of Occupying at the entrance, then interact with the occupying stone to capture it. Normal bases can be recaptured freely, but boss...
Welcome back to the YMIR Cup World Championship Season 2. G-Clef with Wolf. We are back on the screen because it seems like the technical issue has almost been resolved, and we'll need just a couple more minutes before we actually dive into the match. But we do apologize for the technical delay that has occurred, and the players, also to the players who have been waiting for this legend match to happen.
Yeah, and thank you guys so much for your patience.
Thank you so much.
I know this is not what everyone had expected for today, and we have been working tirelessly here to get it back functioning, to have the matchup that we've been hyping up all day. To recap, we did have Kings win YMIR Cup Season 2, lift the trophy. That went off without any technical problems, right? We had all of that succeed. And we're about to set up for the King versus Korea server matchup here, the Legend match. So if you're just tuning in and you're like, wow, the stream's still going, it's because we haven't played that second match yet. You did not miss it. You did not miss it. It has not happened. So we're going to be heading into that one fairly soon. We talked a lot about how strategically we're not 100% sure what Korea's going to look like here and how prepared they're going to be with the even combat power that's set up on this server as well. I wonder how strong, for example, archers would be, like how many more archers you'd want to have, and if anyone wants to change class going into this one, we'll see.
Yeah, you're saying we expect to have a lot more archers on the field because we have matching power level, which actually brings another, but my idea is slightly different. I would expect more berserkers, which could actually close in the gap. They can easily leap and go for those stun, lots of taunts, and just trap those archers. Not let them do anything away, because if you're stunned, if you don't have enough buff, and those leap attacks are actually pretty quick in their movement. So if they land on multiple archers on the back line, they can be wiped off immediately. So I think there's a really big power potential for the berserker and also the rune fighters to just dive in, ult, and the archers can't do a thing. And it's also, you have to think about not just changing class. If you're not used to the archer skills, you might not be able to retreat and go for the backstab immediately because you're just not used to. You have to really be used to not just the skills, you have to be used to the cooldown of those skills. You have to kind of have the feel of the cooldown because you have so many skills and also the dodges.
Stuff like that. You really have to keep all that stuff in mind. But I do think if you have enough archers, you know, eventually you'll win that war of attrition. We were very briefly talking about like concaves and control, which we've spent a lot of time talking about throughout this tournament in terms of the Tower of Victory zone and the entrances there. I am curious. I think most players will probably just stick to their role. I don't think we'll see that many changes, if any, coming into this one. But because the Korean server has known about this for a long time and has been able to prepare, maybe they bring out some different strategies. I don't think Kings will be changing things up too much. They've had a little bit of extra time, but I don't know if they've spent a lot of that really building up strategies. So we'll have to wait and see. All I know is that I'm really excited to see this matchup finally happen, and we'll see the action between all of these guys set up here, which is what everyone's been waiting for. So again, thank you so much for your patience. For those watching at home, And for those players who are probably still watching our stream as well, trying to figure out when we're going to get into this one.
Yep, should be about maybe about 5-6 minutes, I think, before we actually get it, because we have a lot of players who are trying to go into the battlefield at the same time. We need to time it perfectly because it's not just like 30, 40, 50. We have hundreds of players who has to be ready on the right exact time. So we have to make some promises before and then go in at the exact promised time all the way together. So everyone's prepared. That I think a lot of members, not just offline here, who are also playing online, joining from all over the world. It's also promised at a certain time. So I think we're about 4 or 5 minutes out before the match starts.
Yeah, I think that the most important thing and the reason why we're having this designated start time is to give those players who weren't certain about what was happening some time to go take a break, you know, get a coffee, whatever the case may be, and know that there's a specific time to come back to, so we're not starting without anyone being at their PC, so everyone has to be notified. Some people walked away, you call them up like, hey, come back at this exact specific time, so that we know that we could get everyone in and start.
Yeah,
we don't want to start the match with only half the players because some people were AFK, so again, thank you for your patience, but that is why we are waiting.
Yeah, exactly. The moment you go in, that's when you load in, you start moving. If you're like an inch later, if you start touching or if you get those bases like a 0.2 second late, you might actually take more damage and fall right before. So these timings do matter. We want both sides very fair and square, have set time and immediately spawn, and then try to go for the strategy. And that's, I think, what exactly both teams are looking forward to. As soon as we get in, we will let you know. And we talked about the starting point a little bit, how last time in the grand finals, Chess Kings, they were on the opposite side, one on, I believe, about 3 o'clock, and the other team on like 7, 8 o'clock, and they happened to be on the other side, so it was okay. But there are some times where they spawn like right next to each other, like 11 o'clock and 1 o'clock, and you go for the same choke point. That's where the real battle starts, immediately after the battle.
Yeah, statistically unlikely, but it has happened, and it can create a very different gameplay dynamic, especially when everyone's power levels are set to the same. So it's really difficult to determine if you're going to win the fight or not. Because I think a lot of what the early game is decided by, as we saw from Kings in our finals, is whether you can determine quickly whether the fight is yours or not. You have to be able to know, okay, we're winning this fight, we're going to commit to this fight, we're going to drop Tower of Occupying and look for this fight, we're going to look for the turn, we're not going to try to burst down Tower of Occupying. Those judgment calls are so critically important.
What if there is like a party of Rune Fighters, like 6 of them, and 2 Berserkers? They could wrap around the entire
flanking.
Go for the big flank and land those big CCs and just delete, wipe from the side. That could totally happen in this big battle of Battlefield. That could totally be a strategy. I think that could be a thing because we're matching power level. If there's a big difference, that wouldn't work. But in this case, I think there's a chance.
We did see the World kind of do that a little bit in the previous match of the finals, where there were some flanks from him and he was able to get backline access and finish off targets who thought they had gotten escape. He was able to judge the movement and get the exact right placement. So that's definitely a thing you could do, and we do have some very strong Rune Fighter players on both of these servers. I do think that in terms of how the early game is going to go, it's always most important if you get that first Tower of Occupying, because it allows, or rather the first boss base, which happens after the Tower of Occupying. Get the Tower of Occupying points, you get that boss base. The reinforcement power is so powerful there, because anyone who dies on the enemy team that doesn't have that first boss base has to go to the regular base. So it takes a few extra seconds to reinforce, and that fight just starts snowballing into a big win, especially when everyone's the same combat power. Like, the snowball can happen even faster, because you don't have a carry who, you can't be like, I need my carry, come over here and clean this up. If everyone's the same, then that role doesn't necessarily exist.
Yes, now in this role, you need the party to be a lot more balanced, I think. It can't just be 10 archers all together. I think you need to have at least a couple of sculpts to actually keep in touch to heal around. It's really hard to tell before we actually get in. I think the party formation will be crucial, and also the line of setup, the command within the team, and really adjusting to what's happening on the field would be one of the most crazy parts. That can be done, but with 200 plus on the field, that's really hard to manage because sometimes you're used to your power level at this server war in your clan, let's say you're one of the lowest and you know you have your role, you know what to do. If you're one of the top tier, you know your position, you know what to do. But at matching power, you might be a little lost of what exactly is
What is your role?
That's not
you
the
know,
in-game
exactly.
system.
No, that's a really good point. Like what, you know, sometimes your role is so clearly defined in your clan, right? You're like, this is my job. For example, a lot of people designated for CC for crown holder. My job is to CC this guy and lose a revival to make that happen. But now it's like, should I do DPS? Like, am I actually super relevant? Am I a carry? You know, figuring all that out on the fly is going to be tricky.
So I think, I don't exactly know the exact power level that we're going into, matching. If it's around 300k or 400k, I think that should be 300k. Then it should take much more time. But if the average was set to like 400k, then things might be different. It's a lot higher power for everyone, which means the tower is going to burst down easier. Even the Razor is going to be bursted down so heavily and in just like 20 seconds, 30
That's
seconds.
actually a really good point.
So
I didn't even think.
I think the power level will be average, but I don't think the HP bars of the towers itself will change according to the power level. So
And I think even
the number would be very crucial.
I mean, obviously, things like attack speed will outplay into this, but I don't think the towers and the braziers will necessarily go down faster, even if everyone's at a higher power level, because it's still based on that tick damage. But the fights around them will end much faster, right? Once you start to get a lead, it's going to go through so quickly. So we are going into the game very shortly.
All right, I do see players from
People
both sides loading in. Let's go directly into our legend match of YMIR Cup World Championship Season 2 King server versus Korea server. As we see Warriors loading in already on their mounts, trying to go for the base.
Here we go. All right, so we had a 3 o'clock and it looks like 8 o'clock, 7 or 8 o'clock spawn here. Kings on the east side, Team Korea on the west side. You can tell by the colors here and obviously by the hunger and names on the Korea server. And we're going to see some bases because we're on the exact opposite sides here. It's just going to be likely a trade of western bases versus eastern bases here. As you can see, some players have been split off to capture these bases. The base caps are going to come in around the same time.
No direct pinpoints yet, but splitting left and right.
Tower occupying focused right away.
Already on base 1.
Let's see if they'll trade or if they want to actually challenge the Tower of Occupying. I imagine they'll challenge.
Korea server is on base 3 and 2 together.
And the Tower of Victory as well. The KR server going straight for the Tower of Victory at the same time.
They're so split up that I don't exactly know, because I see a couple, like about 20, not too many.
Okay, here comes the world. All alone, going in, bursting them down.
Oh,
17, 26,
dead immediately.
They had 5 bases to 3, and he just went straight in. And they burst.
Seems like the world is still having all the numbers to him herself.
And just straight up going in and looking for the explosive power there.
But we do not exactly know who the top tier. Oh, that trap, bringing everyone together.
By the way,
and the ultimate.
This is a huge, huge moment here if they can continue to actually push this momentum forward. I think the Korea server might have tried to do too much at once here in this early game.
They try to get 2 bases and 2 boss bases at the same time. Of course.
Ooh, Joker from the Grim clan here also getting pretty low. From Asan.
Rune.
All right, that's going to be
one down.
Dead Joker. Also, this King's Asgard member also taking a lot of damage as Asan is really working on this one.
Asan to the top tier for the Korea server. Here is the World Archer. And I'm sure there's the Ward, the Scald version right behind him. Or is he
I think he is alone. I think
we do see Adrian, so there should be a couple
Adrian's
more members.
Here. And Buenas PH also is a huge member on this
party
server.
is always together.
Yeah, absolutely. It's King's Asgard's basically major vanguard here together, fighting over this control of this base. Big ults being dropped down on the side here as a few of these Korea members are getting challenged.
Some of the Storm Clan members are being challenged from the Korea server. I know most of the IDs for the Korean players are in Korean, So we will try to name the specific classes that are being chased. There's Room Fighter.
They're getting a knockdown here onto
knock.
the world.
This
but
1v1? Can we let this 1v1? No, you just can't. You have to join the battle.
all right, the world has a lot of
And
friends coming
JJ.
over. Buenos is here as well.
Oh, some of the members from Korea's over also coming. The Reds.
Okay, Asan focusing down members
Buenos.
one by one.
Ooh, getting targeted.
But actually absorbing a lot of the pressure here. This is a risky move here from Asan, but he is playing it very well.
Got the stun. Follow-up knock, but the heals came through. We'll be safe. So has a bunch of party members right nearby.
This is definitely a one fight here for Kings.
Automaton. That's one of the biggest AoE.
Oh, look at this
Archer.
choke point! G-Clef, oh my god! They're trying to push through, but they are taking so many losses. 11 down here for Korea. So much damage in this choke.
Yeah,
Even
Tower
Sepulva damage coming through.
This is near Tower 3. That's the thing. Korea server went slow. They tried to go for a lot of different things together.
So much AoE coming through. I think
now.
Korea's in trouble potentially
Yeah,
here.
King's coming to take this down. Try to steal this away. The boss tower.
The Tower of Occupying here. also
Oh,
doing
what a
some
big
serious damage.
lightning blow!
23 dead here for Korea. As right
The
now,
big
Kings have
berserker
triple-
attacks. Pushing in. Oh, it's not the time. Well,
Kings-
they're still hitting the tower.
Yeah, Kings still triple the eliminations right now of Korea. That just to give you guys a bigger, broader scope of what is happening overall, big picture here. As now a lot of these members are isolated here, and the tower is going to do a ton of damage. 48 dead for Korea. G-Club.
Oh my.
It's not looking good for the home team.
Yeah, defeated double, almost a triple number of defeated. Here is members from Vanguard getting trapped, pulled in, but still HB seems safe. Need a lot more damage to bring this. Bring him down.
Yeah, you see
Here's the main
Buenos
party.
here continuing
Ooh,
to put damage onto Asan.
Almost being down, being knocked.
Another knockdown. He gets the
Got
heal
the
here.
but still, the CCs are continuing to focus.
There's just too many strong members here of Kings.
Throw a weapon. The continuous knocks from the Berserker.
Lucky Vicky over here trying to offer some support. Again, a lot of these Korea members have lost so many of their
There are
revives
some
already.
follow-up knocks when the person, the target is knocked. Oh, but not as much as we thought. So instead, they're trying to target onto the skulls nearby. Some of the helping
Adrian
archers.
getting involved here as well, taking a ton of burst damage. But there comes Buenos to help keep him alive. Gets the heal.
Good clutch heal.
Buenos now taking a lot of damage as well.
Oh, Buenos down.
Yeah, he is down.
The big burst.
The turn
I think that
was
was
real.
The Pierce.
Asan is definitely the main character right now for the Korea server.
This is the important. Like, the defeated number is very crucial, but how many lives on these big top-tier carries towards the end of this match is going to be what matters the most. Big ultimates coming down with lightning.
Massive, massive lightning tree coming through.
Down about 4 members.
Look at what's happening
But
outside of
alive,
this.
the world.
I want to give everyone the perspective that while this is happening, Korea are losing members everywhere else right now. Currently 30 dead in other
Big.
fights.
Power occupying also going towards 15%.
Yeah, they already have one.
Yeah,
They're
and
getting a
Kings
second
actually,
one.
if you look at the minimap, Kings actually took over the position.
Yeah,
the boss.
they're about to get 2. They're going to have 2 Tower of Occupyings here to increase their lead.
Oh, this is going to be important. Clutch heal again coming through. Scald. Landing the vines for the AoE to keep it intact for the negative movement speed. And the members of Korea team coming.
Heal
for the
coming
focus.
through onto the
It seems
world.
a little dangerous now with the negative movement speed.
Buenos going down here again.
All
Super
the
low.
vines. Oh, taken down it seems. That's one life gone
All right, so
on the big name.
the big name
Okay,
life down as well.
Actually revives on the field to wait it for the time being. Still has a skull.
And I believe a Brazier was taken for Kings in all of this as well. They got that second boss
Yeah,
base.
Song
And
of Valhalla.
now they have the third under fire here. It's going to take a little while, but they have full control over this map right now.
Yeah, the big names, the top tier fight was cool, but as you mentioned, Wolf, the tower occupying, both taken, base 1 and base 3 boss, taken by Kings.
Just buying time right now with our Kings as they win the rest of the game.
Exactly.
It's a cool fight to watch here, but the big picture is not great for the Korea server.
Yeah, the score tells the story itself.
Like, the
42.
fight looks good for Korea, but they're using so many more resources versus so few for Kings that it is really not a winning battle at all.
Or just one life.
Exactly.
One single life of the top tier
The
player.
larger objectives here, the 3 boss bases, are so much more valuable. And so this is a huge problem for the Korea server, as again, the world here is absorbing so much pressure. Feels like doing it almost on his own.
Yeah, the world's still alive because the skulls.
Yeah.
Always nearby, has the party. You can also revive.
The Equilibrium clan is doing a great job at actually giving that additional pressure as well. You can see here the other world looking for some picks on the other side. Here is, again, it's the battle of the world versus Asan Choa, which means I like Asan. And it's, again, a pretty close battle, but the big picture is not Korea's right now.
Yeah, exactly. Well, we're starting to see some numbers go up. The dead count up to 16 now. With 602 defeated, I think Korea server had to pick up some of the Brazers. But yeah, I see a lot less hearts that we can see on screen. And these are mostly Korea server players.
I mean, they have over triple the defeated Kings do right now, which is part of the score, but we're looking at this last Tower of Occupying, and Korea is trying to put up a fight here, but look at all these black hearts, so few revives left. Over 20, or sorry, soon to be 20, eliminated players here already for this server.
At least Korea server is somewhat matching in the base buff. They do control 4 still. Not as bad, but King's taking 2 boss. Oh. And they stopped doing damage to the tower. I think there's a focusing point. I think they're going towards the choke point in the middle between 10 and 11.
Yeah, it was a little bit messy there. A lot of people died to the tower, actually, on King's server side. Korea still has a chance to turn this around, absolutely, especially if they can pick up some more Braziers, but looks like the world is just going to stop interacting with Asan and look for more control here over this final Tower of Occupying, where the fight is really taking place.
Finally, the party joins in. The world kind of baited some of the players from Korea server to, and then moving into mounts. This is where the actual action is, in the middle of joining points between the towers.
Yeah, see that Tower of Occupying access is so limited for the Korean server. Look at the angle here. The observers are doing a great job of showing that they just cannot really get in at all. And it's really just Asan here who's trying to actually crack the edge.
Big focus on Asan, but
look at how many dead here for Korea. Up to 36 now, 37 totally eliminated from this match. And it's very quickly becoming a one-sided affair here for Kings. Even if Asan Choa is doing his best here to try to turn the tides of battle, he just can't really make a scratch.
Asan's the room fighter that we are highlighting many times. And are we having the battle along with the Bracers, or is it just a clash? Yeah, just a clash onto the side. Mostly the damage from Kings has been focused on tower base 2, another boss tower. They're trying to get all 3 boss bases. It seems like very likely they can.
Yeah, I think that is extremely likely, which will then make it the next push to go for the Tower of Victory here, as we see a few good picks here coming in for Team Korea, but the bigger fight is they lost so many. And there's just no access to the Tower of Occupying. It's only at 50%, so it's not going to die instantly here, but as you can see, they're really struggling to really get any pressure on, and the trades are not favoring them. If you see the tombstones in the center of both of these teams, it shows current dead, and it's always way more for Korea. They have half the kills of Kings.
To see much more movement flow on their mounts from Kings, which means the field is open.
Yeah, they're starting to
because they're having a lot more members of being focused.
One of our on-stage members defeated, it looks like, here as well. Hands off keyboard, as I think they're starting to realize this is a very, very difficult match to win from here on out. Not feeling too great about it, as
Kings, the focus party is built different. They have much more balance around the world, of course, and also the members who can provide CCs, chain CCs against some of the tough opponents.
But they just had such good objective control while also blocking reinforcements, and
nicely done with the chain stab.
Yeah, and when you look at the situation for Korea now, you've lost control of this final Tower of Occupying. You're not going to get it back. They spent so much time trying to, and so what's the plan now? Try to rush Tower of Victory? They're both going down here, G-Clef.
It has the trap and stunned.
And so when you look at what's the next moment, what's the next game plan, it becomes very tricky. You know, every move seems like it has a zero-sum game. You know, look at all these black hearts here. Half of these players are down to the last revive, and there's not a lot of mobility. They're trying to, as you can see on the minimap, they're trying to wrap around the top and maybe look for an entrance to the northern part of the map instead of just challenging this Tower of Occupying, which I think is definitely the right play. Getting control of the center, I think, is their best bet to come back into this game. Because right now, just going head-on into this Tower of Occupying 2 isn't going to work.
Oh, there's some fight back, though, from a couple of members. Here's the Wound Fighter, Asan again, challenging. And some of the members around were actually dead. I did not see any revive. Oh, Kings must have picked up another Razor because the head number is dead, but it's back to 0, which is worse of a news for Korea server.
Really unfortunate for the Korean server, who are now down to
big ultimates being dropped right in the middle.
Now they're down to about 160 players compared to 217 here for Kings.
Ooh.
And the number is going up here on the dead for the KR server.
Stacking. I know, Wolf.
They're already 2,000 points ahead. That will increase massively when this second Tower of Occupying, the final Tower of Occupying, goes down here as another KR member going to get taken out.
Trap
JJ
drag.
doing so much damage with the world here.
Has to drop the ultimate to survive. Did some damage, okay. Can you stay alive? Invisibility used. And the follow-up. There's no follow-up. He might actually survive. Oh,
I don't think so.
No, never mind. There are members.
Too many.
From Kings right nearby him.
And he's playing it really well, but he just cannot do it alone.
The target down. Goes the Room Fighter again.
He's down to his last revive.
But brought many along with him at least. But was it more of a sacrifice? Was it a trade? Don't think we know the exact number.
Well, it was at least triple dead for Korea of what happened in the King's trade, and this Tower of Occupying is down to 22%. I mean, this is it. Last Tower of Occupying puts Korea in an unwinnable position, not to mention the reinforcing power being just completely gone. And some of these KR members have come in here to try to do something, but we're back to spawn camping, or spawn hiding, whatever you want to call it.
Last life members gathered together from the safe zone to spawn. And last Tower of Occupying, 200 extra points. For the last hit and contribution, I'm pretty sure it's near 100% for Kings. So it will be 400 when the tower goes down.
Yeah. And they will swap one of their normal bases.
There we go, tower down.
We'll swap one of their normal bases, and it'll be 3 and 2 here for Kings. And so then they will start to make their move towards the Tower of Victory, and that will get burst down as quickly as they can. It will take, you know, about 10 minutes if uncontested. I think we'll probably see a contest of some sort here from the KR server, but that will be the end of the game.
Yes. KR server at least trying to go with the blessings, try to match that number. Blessing level 5. You have the normal bases at least.
With this setup on this server, with how many archers they have, I think this is actually going to be less than 10 minutes if it's focused.
Well, over half from Korea team.
Yeah.
Korea server.
No, it's been a long time coming, but
revive.
I mean, but the rest of them, the 100 that are left, most of them are down to their last life anyways. So it's just not possible to come back from this at this point.
The big moves. Can you survive? It's a big chase. I do see some big names from Kings trying to catch with extra skills.
Yeah. Ooh, Asanjo is getting low. He still has 3 revives left. He's the only one who could do anything for this server right now, and he's been doing all of it.
Yep. Moon Fighter still very strong, can provide some CC, extra damage.
And by the way,
but you're trapped so well from the opponent's side.
We didn't know how the combat power balance was going to be, but we were clearly wrong in that every player would have the same. Obviously, some of these players have the most. Maybe they gave all of it.
Matching average, I think.
Well, maybe they gave it all to Asan Chua because he's the only one who can do anything here. And it's so impossible to kill him, but he can't carry either. And he's trying his best to do something.
On mount, so should be able to get away.
He's going to get away, but the Tower of Victory is down to 80%.
Already, it's going to be a slow burn on the Tower of Victory because I do see on the minimap Kings dip a lot of their members spread out, not hitting the Tower of Victory because there are still some of these big key name player from Korea team.
I'm kind of surprised the King squad, because they have
Still
so
on
much
the
control,
chase.
I'm surprised they haven't actually taken some of those normal bases away from the KR server. They have full access to them, and they absolutely can put them down to 3 by removing their and changing their normal bases. But they have been more focused on the chase here of Asan Jo, as he is just, again,
just him around the inner, and everyone else from Korea server.
Literally everyone's
not
chasing
even
him.
in here. Oh, there's no escape path here. You just need to go through, connect with the skill.
they don't even have that many people on the Tower of Victory that's trying to kill him.
Drops the silent shield.
Okay, gets a few, actually. 3 members down here.
The ultimate, the field to do the damage. Can you? But the party members are going to be here. Valhalla might be on a cooldown.
Buena's coming in, doing as much as he can.
Yeah, those members actually went to spawn. I think Song of Valhalla, you might want to save it for the world if he ever goes down. Now, this is the 1v1 duel.
Okay, these are
I don't think no
two-
one else. Okay, there are some heals coming. Okay.
2 of them
Piercing,
fighting as
attacking into.
Asan is trying to run away.
Dash attack.
He's running away.
Dash attack into knock. Some extra damage on the Joker.
So much damage coming down here. It looks like he will be able to escape temporarily. But
Oh,
gets knocked down
the
again
bash.
by Buenas.
The full crash. It seems like they will kind of let him go at least. Asan is actually using the target to move further.
He's basically using bodies to attack to try to retreat while also doing damage. Again, he's playing this very well, but now the rest of the team is coming over. Let's see if he can survive this.
The rune explosion in the Sounds field.
Getting down to 15%, 30% HP, trying to run away. There's too many Kings members here. He gets a heal, though. He's surviving as long as he can. 1 KR server member against the world.
Has explosion, but
Asan will be proud. He's still alive.
clutch.
He's still alive, G-Clef, but he's just chain CC'd now. Trying to go
Against
back
the
into the
world.
middle, onto the world. Getting so many heals, but is running out. His HP, his resources are running out. He's still alive,
You get
up
the
to
heals.
90% health.
Using the exact buff at
I'm
the right
impressed.
time.
I'm
Going
impressed.
going for the status debuff. Trying to break out of it. Oh, this stun. Change stun.
Uh-oh, uh-oh.
Into extra knock would be
Putting up the
crazy.
force field,
Oh, a shield.
jumping forward once. He's gonna get that
Grab
heal
the
cooldown back. He's
circle.
gonna get that heal cooldown back.
The movement slowed, but good attack connection.
He's
Also target.
taxiing away. He's kiting back. That heal might come back up.
It was an extra knock, but immediately cleansed out of it. Seems like he might. Whoa! Did you see those skill chain
That
uses
was actually
to
crazy.
break out of those CCs? Those insane
Now,
skills.
If you're a fan of the KR server, the bad news
Oh,
now he's down. The bad news is even though he's playing
Can
really
anyone
well,
come? Can anyone come?
the Tower of
Let's go!
Victory, G-Clef is down to 44% and falling. As we do have another Soul member here getting focused down on
Now
his last.
136 gone, more than half gone from Korea server. And they do have a lot of their final life members on still from the spawn. And the rest are just being they're chased down by lots of parties. This is one of the strongest party, as you can see. The crown holder, Adrian, right in the middle.
Yeah, Adrian is obviously one of the best members on this server from the Equilibrium clan.
Solar Eclipse and the rune.
Slows coming through, but burst down anyways. Down to 1 revive as that KR player. Another eliminated entirely here. As it is just a bloodbath. But no one on Kings is dying. More and more members going down.
Slowly stacking more, and I think we have more members on the Tower of Victory. Perfect timing.
Down to
As no one
33.
can contest, no one can get it even to this circle.
I mean, there is no one on this server.
There is no one.
There's no one
tower
can get to the
itself-
circle. No one
the tower
can.
itself is the biggest enemy right now for the Kings.
There's no one on the server left for KR.
The CC, there's some CC,
Wait,
but it
wait,
doesn't really
wait.
do damage.
I wanted to see the tower attack. It killed only 5.
Still 30%.
Only
Big
5
jump
die.
down.
And
Would
so
be a couple more minutes at least.
I think we can talk about, I think we can say it pretty confident that Kings will be defending their YMIR Cup title in the Legend match. They have done it. They have earned back-to-back wins here on the stage today on our day 2, our final day of this tournament. They weren't fazed by the delay. They weren't fazed by anything. They had a strong early game. They protected the world. They had better party setup for those early skirmishes. They controlled the Tower of Occupying. And now the Tower of Victory lap is just on the horizon. As we do see Asan with 2 revives here trying to come back in and cause some disruption.
Now it's all about the pride for specific players, and also the server now with a lot less members around him. You see Skull's already been put down, so this Rune Fighter might lose a couple more lives. Still, the fight back is crazy. The amount of power he holds. Oh man.
All these members losing a
But
life
look,
here.
Skulls just coming around, helping.
Fit 89, very low actually. One of their main carries.
That's
is
pulled
actually
from the
taken
trap.
out.
Oh, actually, he reaches out to the opponent.
That heal,
Grab the
healing coming
heal.
through a little bit. Buena also down. Asan is just playing his heart out right now. G-Clef. I don't know if it matters in the grand scheme of things, but it looks cool.
Finds in. It's finally taken down. Is there anyone else? Only the party of Kings. With only 6.
Another Seer also, by the way.
Yeah, that 6 might turn into 0 because this is Razor of Soul.
It is
1,000 defeated count for the Kings.
1,000.
Wow.
There are only 60 players left for Kara. Most of them are hiding in the safe zone. Tower Victory down to 8%. So they're getting this, they're getting the Tower Victory, they're getting everything. The entire map, this entire cup belongs to the Kings. No one can touch them.
Nash, just
Every game they won this tournament was one-sided. They were extremely dominant.
that counts for Kings while the crown is being carried, and I believe it's going to base 1 for the final touchdown. That is base 1 at 2 o'clock.
It is base 1 at 2 o'clock. They're going to go through the northern exit and then wrap around to the right. It's going to take some time for Yavil to actually get there, but he is on the marching path.
And only, I see a single dot around the crown, and I think that is just the Rune Fighter himself, Asan. No one else from Korea server can actually get in, get near the crown.
Some of those members are actually leaving the safe zone here for KR and heading over slowly. But they are, again, massively outnumbered. There's only 50 players left on the server here for KR, and Asan's on his last
Yeah,
life.
this is the single dot.
He has no more revives left. This is his last one.
I think his rest of the party and the Skulls next to him also lost a life. So, really hard to come together. You will be losing your firepower immediately.
He has to kind of sneak over to the touchdown point and see if he can block them.
At least they do have 5 bases, so that is okay. But slowly, the crown is almost halfway marked there to the touchdown point.
Kings moving across.
Where's the crown? Right in the middle, right?
Yeah.
Slowly around trash
About
bag.
halfway there.
So many IDs trying to guard so they cannot even touch or tap into with the radar.
They're just celebrating at this point. As there is just
using all
no
the
way.
dash. Trying to, even the same haircut. Trying to trying to be the disguise.
I think it's pretty obvious who the crown holder is, but I just want to see what
Okay, we do
Asan's got
see members
planned.
of Korean server coming from the choke
Yeah, they're
point. At
coming
least
out
a
of
big
spawn.
party.
They're coming out of the
Like
spawn.
a party of. Let's see.
They're on the
Coming
wrong
down to
side,
the
though. They might
wire.
actually be too slow. It might actually be too slow for a real fight to break out. Because the crown is actually already almost there. They're so late to even have a final funny moment here. Now
Are
they get
they?
to have the fun time. Few of these members coming in now.
A couple of attacks.
37 dead here for the
Dropped
Kings.
ground, but immediately retrieved. They snuck in a couple of members. There is Soul. I believe that's a Rune Fighter too.
All right, the crown is dropped again here.
Double
It's going to be a
times.
juggle here.
36 dead, so
36
King's actually
dead.
losing some power. They
Lotto
snuck
picks
in
it up.
Asan's here.
Lotto picks it up. All right, we're going to have a huge fight now. Now, the crown retrieval, every time you pick it up, the touchdown point changes. So it's no longer right next to where it was before. Not necessarily. It will be changed repeatedly as it continues to be dropped and picked back up.
I think now, because it was picked up a couple of times, I think it's again at base 1.
Yeah.
Because I don't see the crown at base 2 and 3.
Yeah, you're right. No, it is currently there.
Oh, they're marking CCs. If they're CCing him down,
Yeah, he can't
then they
do
can
anything.
carry the crown inside.
He's heading
It's
in.
almost there.
He's heading in.
Almost there inside. Carrying all the way, Kings. Hit 10,000, and it seems like that is going to be it.
Kings will win our final legend match after a crazy back-to-back win here. Incredible dominant 3 wins in a row, winning yesterday with the rush to the Tower of Victory. Today, with a more measured, slow gameplay, and in our final match, the resilience was strong. As Kings will win everything that we have to offer here for the YMIR Cup Season 2.
Through the semifinals yesterday into day 2, grand finals, and also the legendary event match. Kings will be victorious and undefeated in Season 2.
Winners will pick up these rings.
And the rings
Rings for everybody.
for both server represents. Oh, those rings, got to see them close up. It's very detailed. Incredible moment for both teams, as Kings will be the victors, but still put up a very good fight from Korea server.
Absolutely. Very fun legend match. I'm glad we got to have it. It was worth the wait. Asan Chua putting up big numbers in that
Big
last
numbers
game.
certainly gave them a challenge.
Yeah, even though they did end up losing, he definitely made it interesting.
Yep, and we have Bella from the stage. Let's hear from the legend players.
Hello everyone, the winner of the Legend match goes to King Server, and as befits the name Legend match, it was quite the match that we envisioned. Once again, congrats to both teams for participating and giving us a fantastic match till the end. And now we will begin the Legend match award ceremony, and it'll be assisted by Head of Games Business, Mr. Michael Kim. Come on, join us up. Good to see you again, Mr. Kim. All right, first up, let's present the runner-up award. They created a legendary match with fighting spirit until the end. The runner-up goes to Korea Server. Congratulations, 축하드립니다. If you would get this and all right. 잠시 잡아주시면 감사하겠습니다. 사진도 한번 촬영해 볼까요? Let's get a quick picture. It's honestly so nice to have a legend event match every season. All right, big smiles. And next up, we will have the long-awaited award. After overcoming crisis trials, they become the winners of the Legend match. And of course, like their team server name itself, the Legend match champion goes to King Server. Congratulations! Mr. Kim giving his congrats. And we should also get a picture with King Server as well. They take yet another award, yet another trophy home in just one day. All right, big smiles. And I think we should have a group picture with both teams as well. 네. All right, well, 네, 감사드립니다. 네. Oh, they gave you the award. I think maybe I'll grab onto it and thank you, Mr. Kim, for helping us out. 네. 이걸 제가 한번 전달해드리도록 하겠습니다. 오늘 시상 도와주셔서 감사합니다. 네, 제가 가지고 갈게요. 네, 감사합니다. Alright, here I go. I come giving you the awards once again. Thank you. Congratulations. Alright, let's hear from the runner-up team first. 먼저 코리아 서버 선수분들께 한번 인터뷰 요청해드려도 될까요? 안녕하세요.
안녕하세요.
안녕하세요. 오늘 챔피언 경기도 보시고 직접 해보셨던 소감을 먼저 들어보고 싶은데 제가 영어로 질문 한 번만 더 이야기하도록 하겠습니다. I want to hear what their thoughts are facing the champions of Season 2 and what it was like actually playing them in the server. 호징님 대답 부탁드려도 될까요?
저희가 이번 룰이 좀 달라가지고 라이프존을 잘 몰라서 아마 3회차 나오면서 다를 거예요. 좋습니다.
Well, we weren't really adjusted to the scene, so I'm hoping that we would put up a better performance for Season 3, right? And I guess I wanted to know what the expectation, what the difference was like when you first came here to compete in the Legend match and what it was actually like on the server. 실제로 여기 경기장에서 경험해보시니까 예상했던 것보다 달랐던 점이 있으셨을까요? 편하신 대로 대표자로 대답하셔도 되고 같이 함께 해주셔도 됩니다.
딱히 그런 건 없고 그냥 편하게 그냥 하는 거.
We actually didn't have any expectations. We just came to enjoy the game, and I think that was just the general energy from the team. All right, well, I guess that is all from the Korean server. I wanted to ask if you guys have any last words you would like to share. 오늘 마지막으로 저희 챔피언 인터뷰 하기 전에 마지막으로 하시고 싶은 이야기나 소감 더 있으실까요? 네, 결정적인 님이 하셔도 되고 적군님이 하셔도
저희
되고.
한국 서버도 좀 신경 좀 많이 써줬으면 좋겠어요, 진짜로.
Yeah, we want Korean server to get more love as well. All right, thank you so much. 감사합니다. All right, well, here we go. Next up, let's hear from the winning team. Again, second interview in one day, second trophy, another award. It must be easy now, right?
No, it's hard.
It's hard.
It's strong.
Yeah. It was quite a match. I mean, we definitely were able to capture some highlights, right? What were your expectations coming in for the Legend match?
We really didn't have any expectations. We just came here to have fun.
Fun? Did you have fun?
Yeah, absolutely.
Absolutely. All right. Well, what do you think was the important match? I mean, like, both servers are different, right? And meeting one on the stage must add a little bit of pressure, I'm assuming? Or was it just all fun and games for you guys?
Yeah, it's all fun and games because we're used to playing in our at home. So it's just that we're like playing at home.
All right. Well, congrats to you once again, taking another title home. Would you have anything to add on?
I want to leave a message to the world. 角色天下真牛.
What'd you just say?
I just say the world is champion.
Oh, champion. All right. Thank you. I love that. Congrats to both teams, and thank you for joining both of us on the stage. And, well, I guess I will have to let you go. Thank you for joining us, and congrats again. 감사합니다. 네. 네. 퇴장해드려. 여기 뒤쪽으로 나가시면 됩니다. 감사합니다. 오늘 고생 많으셨습니다. Thank you guys so much. Congrats again. All right, well, YMIR Cup World Championship Season 2, we have all the matches. It's a wrap, and oh, who is this? We have some special guests on the stage. Hi, guys. Good to see you here on the stage. Well, how was your journey like? You've been with us since day one.
Oh man, Bella, my heart's still pounding. It's been an awesome ride for the 2 days of YMIR Cup here. This wasn't just an elite competition for sure. Every single play we witnessed was an awesome, timeless grind, and also sweat from the players. From the qualifiers to the chaotic grand final, it was all about raw composure, peak execution for all the players in each server. It was great to see all the players coming out, peak performances, and also thank you so much for it. It's been an absolute privilege to cast for the both days of YMIR Cup.
It was a privilege for me as well, G-Clip. I really enjoyed this tournament. It's my first time doing YMIR Cup. I really enjoyed not only the games that we had, but the clear preparation that we had from the players. The players came in incredibly prepared, all 4 teams for the semifinals, as well as the Korea team that came in, the Korean server for the Legend match. People really gave their blood and sweat to prepare and play this one. Games were great, players were great, and thanks again for everyone at home for your patience for this Legend match. It turned out great, and I want to thank everyone who helped make this tournament possible.
Yeah, and I want to thank the best casters for being here on the scene, and as much as being part of YMIR Cup World Championship Season 2, I was so excited, and because I was so excited, it deeply saddens me that this is the end for Season 2. And I'm sure many of you are casters, you guys all feel the same way. So to help ease that feeling, here I come bearing another gift, and it's Mr. Michael Kim's gift package coupon. As you know the drill. You see the coupon, get it, and for the KR users, enter the alphabets KR at the end to get yours. And now it is truly our time to say goodbye, but this is only a temporary farewell. We promise to return with even bigger, better tournaments, and of course, plenty of gifts for the users. And as announced earlier, the server war renewed map video will be revealed for the very first time. What will the newly transformed battlefield look like? Please stay with us till the end, and we will say goodbye here. I'm Bella, G-Cliff, and Wolf, and thank you for joining us.